Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome Rich Cooley, Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton, Kathleen Biffle, and your host, Tim Grimes.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Prospector Radio. I'm your host, Tim Grimes, and joining me again, as always, we got Kathleen Biffle, Shad Biffle, right? What's going on with Skype tonight? Hopefully... And we're off and rolling. Jeez. Dang.
Good evening.
What's happening, everybody? What's going on?
Got back from the East Coast prospecting and
flash in your pan
outing here in Ohio.
And how was that? Just how the event went after that? And now I had nothing.
Huh.
So I don't know if it's Skype or what. Should I restart?
Is everybody hearing us, or what's going on?
I know, right?
I'm hearing you. Take a quick pull on the chat room.
Yeah, because
hear all of us.
Yeah, because all of a sudden I asked you that and poof, nothing. I couldn't hear a sound from nobody. And I don't know if the listeners are hearing us or what the heck's happening with this crazy contraption.
Hey, in and out.
In and out. See, that's weird.
You know what I thought was cool is because I got to follow your guys' whole event with Ed Marvin live.
That's breaking up.
Yeah. See, I wonder if I should restart the Skype or something.
I can hear you.
Well, it was
a
full time, like Kathleen said. People came from Georgia, Tennessee, all over the place, Virginia. So that was really cool. I mean, some of the other people that have YouTube channels we met. M&M Prospecting.
Nice.
BJ the Crow.
Okay.
I mean, hysterical people with them and their girls. I mean, just a lot of fun to hang out with.
Cool.
So check out their channels. They even got me to do a challenge.
Shad ate crickets.
What?
That's easy.
Wait.
Well, there's a good message, I guess. One, it's a supporter of one of the M&M Prospecting's channel. It's a fellow who loves to mine and prospect, but because of health reason now, he can't at all. So I guess he started working with M&M Prospecting's channel, a thing where, we'll do a challenge. Mm-hmm. And the guy from M&M Prospecting, he's always the one being challenged, and there's a little small prize, but he picks out other people's channels and challenges them to do something. So it was me, him, and Ed Marvin from Flash in Your Pan, and it was eating a box of crickets. First one done wins.
All right. How many crickets was in said box?
I think about 8 or 9.
Really?
Yeah. They were flavored ones, too. Like, I got sour cream and onion. I think Ed Marvin had salt and vinegar.
Oh, what?
I don't remember what the other one was.
Oh, wait, so they wasn't live crickets?
No.
Oh, darn, that would have been better.
They were dead. Oh, my God. It was funny, though, because, one, everybody filmed it. I know Kathleen had her phone out getting me doing it, but it was weird. I was thinking, okay, I'll just shove them in my mouth and just swallow.
Right.
Well, as soon as they hit your mouth, like, your mouth goes dry. You have no saliva. And it's so hard to, you have to chew them and work up some spit just to swallow. But I won.
All right. What'd you win?
I got a copper ounce round coin that has a buffalo on it.
There you go. It was destiny for you to win that, obviously.
Yeah, represented the buffaloes.
And won.
Crickets.
Eating crickets. Well, that sounds like a good time.
I didn't get to see that on camera though.
No, I think probably everybody is going to have this snippet in one of their videos coming out soon. We'll definitely share a clip though to the site just so people can see.
That'd be cool.
It was funny. I was just walking back to our camper too to get something, and they started yelling for me, and I was like, crap. So I went back, and that's what it was. I was like, I had no clue what was going on.
You're really working hard this year, Shad. You are the unicorn riding cricket eater.
Yes. He's on a roll. He is on a roll.
We got to try out the face mask, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
That was probably the best part of this. outing as far as when we were in the water. The best part was getting to get that all tweaked out and
play around.
play with it.
And it works awesome?
Yeah, your face is completely dry.
Really?
Weird.
And once you go underwater, you don't even feel like nothing's on your face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And like I got it, and after working with Jim Hamilton from Jim Gold, and looking at the schematic, because no dive shops would want to touch anything, they want you to spend $1,200 on a special one to use with a hookah system. Go figure.
Wow.
So we found the part, and it was literally a little nut that you had to twist a quarter turn a time to the left to see how much tension it released and if it works. And we got it perfect, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good.
Nice. You're set.
Now, see, Shad, the mask that I got was specifically made for the hookah, the 50-60, and it's got where you can actually adjust your air, like on the fly, like if it's too much of a pull, you can actually adjust it to make it lighter for the push.
Yeah.
I'll see.
I mean, ours isn't built that way, but it works. So we're excited now because we were dying to really try out. Yeah, we played in a little pool with the koi,
that's not the same.
Right. No.
This way we found a spot that was about almost 4 feet deep diving down. You know, granted it wasn't where you'd want to dredge, but we were practicing and getting the hang of it. So
Gotcha.
Well,
that's
those masks are really cool. They're so much better than a hookah because you're like at the end of the day, you know, if you got a mouthpiece in, your jaw just kills you.
That would get old.
Oh, and I can't imagine doing that in cold water all day
Oh,
either.
God, no. And not try to focus on your dredging and stuff too. You know, that mask is ideal, and I'm glad you got yours set up now, and it's right and it's ready. That is cool.
Kathleen's comfortable with it. I'm comfortable, so we're good to go now for Alaska.
We're gonna be dredging fools.
Well, yeah. we got the face mask ready.
Well, there you go, man. That's it. That's
the best thing about that face mask. When you guys are in that cold water, your face is going to be. You're going to feel a lot better than if you just had a mouthpiece in.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
It was so weird just to have your face completely dry.
It was funny.
Sure.
I had my mouth open and I was looking straight down dredging. I started drooling. Of course, made me laugh. I was like 30 minutes down and I'm drooling.
That's awesome. Oh man, love it. That is too cool, Shan. I'm glad you guys got it right now. It's good. You're ready. And you got to test it out this weekend, looking for some gold. So,
but no, we definitely want to give a good shout out to the whole Flash in Your Pan crew, Ed Marvin, Dano, Jesse, and Patrick. It was a great event. And also the East Coast Prospectors with Chris Chadwick. A lot of fun. And,
we got to meet Ed.
Ed Buhane, HD Shovel Ed.
Okay.
He's popped on. He's a patron of several of our channels. And then, who else? Well, Matt from Virginia, the geologist. I can never say his name.
Prospector Chris.
Hospodar, yep. Oh, yeah, Prospectors Chris and his wife were there. And it was a really good turnout. Great mix of people. A lot of fun just hanging out. And everybody was in great spirits and attitudes.
Yeah. There was no drama. It was awesome.
Nice. And
it looked fun by Ed's videos, man.
That's
the only way I could follow you guys is because Ed was doing live shots here and there.
Yeah.
No, they did a great job putting it all together. So
that's cool.
Fun.
And the weather cooperated.
It was hot, but we were in the creek, all day playing in the water.
Last night we got a quick rain shower for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
And that was it.
Good.
Rest of the time it was in the upper 90s.
Of course, we had the AC going on in the camper.
Oh, yeah.
We're roughing it.
I know.
Everybody had an AC was in their camper cranking that baby up at night.
Oh, yeah, you have to, right? It was warm. It was definitely warm. I'm just glad it didn't rain. And
the guy who had the property, what was his name, Gary?
Gary, yeah.
Gary. Nice piece of property. We actually bought an old metal gold pan from him a couple years ago at Gold Rush Days.
Yeah, yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he remembered us. I'm like, yeah, it's hanging up on our wall. We love it.
That's right. Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah.
I will give a shout out. Kathleen had her concoction of her bug spray from essential oil.
It worked.
It does work, but you have to be careful because, like, the longevity
Yeah, it doesn't
last as long. You have to reapply, but it did work.
It did work.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Literally, the spots I missed getting sprayed, I got bit, but nowhere else.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that's a good test.
Yeah.
Tonight we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. See, there you go.
On Cooley's
essential oils.
And they can purchase all these oils and mix their own, can't they, Kathleen? They sure can. And I bet
I
you,
wrote down the recipe.
See, I was going to say, I bet you could send them the recipe if they bought them oils. And it probably smells good, too, don't it?
Oh, it smells like heaven.
It don't smell like off.
Everybody was asking, like, wow, it smells really good.
Yeah.
Like, my essential oil bug spray.
And I'm not getting bit by bugs. And it's even better yet. That's cool. Well, good. I'm glad it worked. Shad, you can post that link in the chat room if somebody wants to get some of that oil where they can make their own special bug spray that won't smell like.
There's a lot of oils in it, though.
Yeah, they won't smell like Deep Woods off, though. That's a plus.
No,
you don't.
I mean, God.
It smells amazing.
See? You smell good and you keep the bugs off.
And I was in a good mood.
And see, win-win all the way around. I'm glad you guys had fun. That's the important thing.
I'm glad we were able to go, and they've been planning this for a long time.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, when you have advance notice, it makes it very easy to try to organize stuff and get going. But this is going to be the last time we're going to be out until Alaska.
Until Alaska, which is just around the corner now.
We got to finish this pond.
Yeah. How's that going, guys?
Oh, gosh.
Well, that's what we came back home to do.
Oh.
And we got the footers all formed, gravel in there. It's ready to pour concrete tomorrow night.
Okay.
And then once that dries, pretty much we'll get the new liner in there and start adding water. And then while that's happening, work on the waterfall, forming it up, how we're going to have it in the rocks. So.
Okay.
It's coming.
You gonna get there before
the fish are in the swimming pool.
Okay.
And the water quality is that. I mean, it's hard to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm doing water changes almost every night.
Oh wow.
To keep the nitrite low.
Right. That's a lot of work, I bet, every night.
It is.
Sure, would be. You know. And have you lost any more?
No, thank goodness.
No. Maybe that.
Well, we have the we got netting to go over the fish or the pool.
Mm-hmm.
That protects them. And then we have the unicorn head.
Oh.
It's like a scarecrow, but a unicorn.
Hey,
Got little unicorns out there.
Whatever works, right?
Yeah.
It don't matter if it works. It just don't matter. Put it out there.
Chimes.
And wind chimes.
And wind chimes.
The unicorn eating wind chime guy.
There you go. That'll do it. Well, awesome, guys. I'm glad you guys went and had fun. And, you know, and
yeah, we missed. Yeah, too bad you know, of course, you weren't able to be there. Dennis wasn't able, so you know, you guys were missed.
Yeah, I wanted to be there. Really did. You know, I mean, I would have been definitely.
You know, we understand.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But I'm glad, like I said, glad you guys got to go and had a good time and hung out with everybody and got a little gold and just had fun. You know.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys as always. You know, for being here and for going to that event and having a good time and reporting back. That's cool.
There was gold, but not what we're used to.
Right. Well, right. I mean, that's the thing. It's, you know, we know the gold in that area is to other areas. Mm-hmm. You're just spoiled now. It's like,
I am.
Yeah. Just think, though, Kathleen, think back to when you first started, you know?
I know.
Oh,
right?
we would have been ecstatic.
Oh, yeah.
We found
Yeah.
for the first time.
You know, what are you guys going to do when you come back from Alaska? You're going to go, this is
That's what I
crap.
keep saying.
This is
We're
crap.
gonna be miserable, okay?
We're going to be like, I'm going back to Alaska.
Yeah, it's going to be like, this is not the same. You'll be wanting to throw it back.
They're going to be like me when they look in, they see like 17, 18 little flakes of gold. You're going to, yeah, that's gold.
Yeah, the excitement's gone. It's like, oh, it's going to be rough, but they'll get past it.
Your volume's kind of low, Tim.
Is it? Let me see
Yeah.
what I can do. You guys keep it talking.
Yeah, I don't know if you're turning away from the mic or whatever, but couple people said the show is real low, so.
Well, let's try that and see how that works.
Right. We'll see how everybody says in the chat room. Give us some feedback on how we're doing.
I cranked it up a bit.
And you guys got to remember, Tim's got a sore arm, so he's got to set a particular way in a chair.
Yeah. I'm all over the place.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah, I'm all over the place.
He's got another arm.
Yeah, I still got the good one. Still got the good one, you know. So
how's Idaho, Swifty?
Yeah, tell us about that.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Well, folks out there, let me just tell you something. Right now, I am broadcasting from the Reno Club, which is a bar downtown. And next Wednesday, I'll be broadcasting from the Lumberjack Steakhouse, which is another bar steakhouse. But these are the only these are the only two places that I get good enough internet. I know it's not going to cut off on you.
You're at Jim's.
Now, are those shameless plugs for
yeah, right.
Wi-Fi?
They giving you free food.
No, I never asked for free food. No, I didn't.
Are they giving you a beer?
Yeah,
while you're
something.
on the show?
No, they don't do that neither. But no, I'm just saying this is where I'm at, and because I've had this, I planned this out, and then, like I said, due to Tim's mishap and stuff like that, things happen, and I haven't been able to, project and be where I was supposed to be. But the internet where I'm at, it's like so, and I know it doesn't work. So
right
down here, I know it does work. But yeah, Idaho's a different place up here. The rules are a lot more strenuous than say Arizona, Indiana, Ohio, anything like that. They're pretty much particular hard on the Clearwater, I guess, because it's a protected creek, which I understand that, you guys got salmon and fishery runs, just like they do in Oregon, Washington, stuff like that. But they're really they're hard on the miners down here. They make things more difficult. But what I think in the future is what I've been hearing is maybe it's going to go back to the state, and that might make it a little bit more easier. But other than that, to be here, you guys wouldn't believe it. I mean, the people's good. And the scenery is just, you wouldn't believe the scenery. I mean, you drive 25 miles an hour and you're like, you have to actually slow down to let a deer walk across the road because he don't care. It's that funny. And
how far are you camping from where you're at, Swifty?
Oh, I know. I'm right here in town right now. Right now I'm staying at it's called Sleepy Hollow RV Park. It's not very big, maybe about 13 spaces big.
Oh, okay.
But it does have, like I said, so Wi-Fi, and then it's got the
spoiled thing.
Well, no, I'm not going to live off the grid if there's nobody up there. I mean, right now, when she comes up, I'm probably going to pull my trailer out. Dennis is supposed to show up sometime, I think, before the 15th, and I'm not for sure.
Okay.
15th is when my rent is due, and I told her I might wait because she's not coming till the 20th, so I might wait an extra week. Right. Just to pull the camper up there. That way, when she comes, everything's empty, everything's fully loaded, so she can have her vacation time without worrying about the odd stuff that goes along with the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, every Wednesday night, I'll make a trip back in town because I'll be up here at the steakhouse, and Miss Anita, she's much obliged to let me use the internet, and she knows what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And like I told her, I said it's really cool to have people know and hear about this. And you guys have never looked up Elk City, Idaho. Look it up, because this is the last step before you go into God's country, more or less. I mean, there's bears, moose, elk, deer, wolves. You're in the middle of the middle. You got a 50-mile road that's in and a 50-mile road out. That's it.
Yeah, we were 2.5 hours from town. So
wow. So what kind of information have you found out about this place? Got anything? I mean, that, I know we was talking pre-show, and you found out a lot of information about.
As far as mining goes, like this year, dredging permits are really hard. They're only issuing 15 dredge permits, and they've already been taken up. They got some really weird rules going from the Forestry Service to the BLM is like almost night and day. You got different people controlling all of it. So, one guy says, yeah, you can dig here, and you go down the creek and you get on the BLM, and the BLM guy goes, nope, this is a possible fish habit. Hang on a second. Anyway, he goes, this is possible fish habitat. You know what? Where the fish where they keep telling you the fish habitat is, that's where the gold is.
All right.
If they see sand, they go, oh, that's fish habitat. I'm like, no, if it goes dry, it's not fish nothing. Because right now the water's a little bit high,
right?
And everybody told me that the water's going to drop at least 4 to 5 feet, and I'm thinking, probably not this year. Maybe on a normally, maybe, but this year, everywhere that I've been has took an extra month to get where it regularly is. Phoenix was an extra month and a half before we got hot.
Right.
Up here, I showed up here a month early from dredging season and got snowed on. And Oregon was still a month out cold. So, yeah, I think it's a month later this year. Even in the East Coast, I'm thinking, your guys' rains and stuff like that, they've been held off about a month and a half later. I think everything that's going on right now in the United States is just, it's just one of those kind of stretching years.
Mm-hmm.
And we have it. Last year we went from, I went out of the gold fields and poof, it was 110 degrees. Like within 4 days, I was like, ooh, I'm glad I got out of there.
Right.
So yeah, it's really weird from there to here. But like I said, this is a great place. And if the gold digging rules were a little lighter,
sure,
I would actually think of buying a place up here for a summer home and mining through the summer.
I'm sure it's beautiful.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. But you can high bank here, as long as you got a water permit, which I don't understand that. You're pumping water out, and then they say you can't put the water back in the creek.
Right.
So you got to pump it into a more or less a little hole. And
like a settling pond.
Settling pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. I don't understand it because where we're digging at, that's what it come from the water.
I don't understand it either. It's kind of weird. It's the same water you're taking out.
It's not like you're adding.
Yeah, you're not adding nothing to it. You're just running it through.
You've got certain groups up here, and then you got certain people up here, which I'm not going to mention any names because I'm not going to throw myself out there as a target.
Right.
I'm here.
Right.
But,
no.
Yeah, you got certain people up here that they just want to they want to make everything hard on the miner to try to make him quit, and then throughout the mining season they come down and they nitpick and they gouge and they more or less kind of harass you is what I've been hearing.
Right.
Sit there and take pictures of you and make you nervous and which I don't care.
No, right. Smile. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really, the rules they're dumbfounded. And I can actually see why Amara come up here and did that, but I'm actually surprised that we don't have any members of Amara up here digging this year that I've seen yet or have come up here. So
right,
but it's not the season, so I could be surprised. I want to find out, and I'm going to wait. Like I said, I told you guys earlier, I was so down one night after I did dredge inspections throughout. I stayed with the guys, the Forestry Service, fishery guy, did everybody that had mining. I stayed the whole day, listened to everything that they had to say, everything that they told people where to go and what not to do and this and that. And I'm like, you guys this is phenomenally this is crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's like telling me I can go fishing, but you got to use no hook.
Use dynamite.
That's a good metaphor,
yeah,
Scott.
Right? It's kind of like that, and it makes it's really hard, but it's really odd. And I was talking to the fisheries guys and stuff like that. I said, what doesn't make sense? He's like, what's that? I said, you guys are always on the fish, and the Indian groups up here are always on the fish. Well, you know what? If a miner come up here and they said, okay, a dredge permit's $100, I throw you $100, I get a dredge permit, I dredge, right?
Right.
Take that $100 that everybody gives you, don't put it in anybody's pockets, put it right back into the fisheries program, make get the fry, get them big enough, pump them back out in the lake. Every year, the miner's money could replenish the fish that they say that they're losing, and which it's not from dredging.
Well, they're losing if they only issue 15 permits. I mean, God, they could issue hundreds of permits at $100 a piece.
Yeah, I know. And then, but they always come about if you're dredging up sand and you're hurting possible nesting beds and this and that. And I keep understanding.
Yeah, we understand that. Yes, but
I've worked at places when you dredge, you aerate the rocks.
Yes.
Which in fourths lets the eggs fall in to be able to hatch. It doesn't just float down a creek where other fish are just eating them.
Right.
That's where they're losing 90% of the fry is because they do not aerate the gravel at all.
Mm-hmm. No, only what the fish does.
Yeah, and I don't think they get really any big floods down here. Now, they get the winter runoff, which is probably pretty good, but I don't believe that's taken any, as much sediment out of the sand that what you would actually have to create a fish bed, to create, the fry to come up and stuff like that. I just don't believe it. And I've told them, you can't beat science. Science is it.
Well, right, but my question is, I don't know if you can answer this, why do they only issue 15 permits for that river?
Well, you know what? I've already, like I said, I've been reading, and it's supposed to be a protected river, which I understand that, but it's been mined for a long time.
Right.
And then they got an 800. Well, the state says you only have to be 100 feet apart.
Okay.
But the fishery, or not the fisheries, but the forestry program says you have to be 800 feet apart.
From dredge to dredge.
From dredge to dredge.
Okay.
Right. And that is. I don't even understand that.
Yeah, that one's strange too.
If you take it 2 dredges, okay, you got one guy in front of me and I'm down here at the back. If I'm getting flooded out by silt and stuff like that, what are you going to do?
Move.
Exactly. So, 800 feet. If you're seeing a flume at 800 feet, I'm running a 12-inch dredge.
Yeah, you're running something.
Yeah, not a 5-inch dredge. You're running a whole lot more. Either that or using a excavator.
Yeah, right.
But like I said, there's possibilities down here, and I'm waiting for the other half to show up so I can actually.
It just seems like it's just too darn hard to prospect down there. Mine, it's like.
I know, and I had Dennis is like, I don't know what you're waiting on. You don't need it, and I'm like, dude, I will send you a PDF right now with stuff that is highlighted that I don't believe you've ever read or you've never even thought about asking about, because you read it, you're going to go, well, how can you do anything? I got one forestry guy says, oh, if you're doing hand tools, it doesn't matter. I got one BLM guy goes, oh, if you're using hand tools, you need this so you can move the gravels. You need a permit. I'm like, to move the gravels?
Sounds like they make it confusing on purpose.
On purpose, yes.
I think you're pretty much catching on to where I'm at here.
Well, it's government at its finest, with federal and state governments and everybody else in the middle.
Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, the head forestry guy that we did all the inspections with, the new fishery guy, and the new water guy, they are, in my book, they're pretty cool.
Okay.
All the inspections that they worked with really, really good, tried to give you the good decision. The fishery guys went down there and said, okay, you know what, there's only like 2 or 3 spots that I actually seen the fishery guy go, okay, you can't dig behind this particular rock. And the reason being because it's a big boulder, and then if you move it, it's going to contour the river different.
Oh, goodness, God dang.
Yeah, so
ridiculous.
I can understand. Yeah, it gets, but they worry about the bank too, so.
But floods could move those rocks and change the way the river flows. I mean, come on. I mean, you said something about you can't even move a 12-inch or bigger rock. You're not allowed to. It's like,
yeah. Now,
what?
now, wait a minute. I kind of got to elaborate on that.
Okay, elaborate for me.
If like, say the top of the rock is out of the water and it's over 12 inches, you can't move it.
Okay. All right, I got you.
Anything that's touching air, you're not moving that rock.
What if it's not touching air at the moment, but tomorrow it would be touching air? Does that?
you better dig it today.
What if you kick rocks?
Yeah. I don't get this.
You're not touching it. You just kick it.
Yeah.
Well, like I told him, I'm like, so if I'm dredging and a rock just kind of slides down in there, they're like, well, that's under the water. That's not really da-da-da. But you got to stay 5 feet off the bank. You have 150 feet inside your 20 acres that they only allow you to dig on, that you have to pre-plan and get inspected on.
Oh, wait a minute. So
out of a 20-acre claim, you get 150 feet, folks.
Oh, come on. Really?
Hey, I'm telling you. You know what? I know why Amber come up here, because it's really ludicrous. And these rules sound like they were made by somebody that has never, ever even seen a pan.
No, these rules sound like they were made to frustrate people, and people just go, you know what, the hell with it. I'm not even wasting my time.
Right.
And that's
they think that's what it is. But you know what? Miners are hard headed. That's why we dig gold, because we don't want to do anything else.
But like you said, you've been down there for how long now, Scott?
I don't know. What's the date?
I don't. The 30th. You've been down there a couple weeks.
15 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and you're finding out this stuff now. I mean, if you had knew all this, would you have even went down there and dealt with it?
If I know what I know now?
Right.
No.
No. See, that's what I'm saying. Hard-headed or not, you'd have said it's not worth all that aggravation. This is ridiculous.
hard-headed.
Right.
And Dave, like I said, Dave, he's got claims. Dave Embry, the guy we know down here in Idaho, which is a good guy. He's got claims up in the mountains that we could probably go and work, on his claims with a high banker. But then again, you still have to have that water permit. But the funny thing about it is when you get water permits, they're only sanctioned for certain places, and they got to be under certain names. Like if I had the Dave back, the one that was getting with Dennis's and stuff like that, if I had two water permits in my name right now, I could probably sanction them about where they wanted to be. But he said that they're not in my name, so now I'm just dead sticked in the water.
Right. But when they stake out, you said they come and inspect your claim, and they tell you could prospect this 150-foot area. Do you have any say-so over that 150-foot where it is, or they just say, you get to dig here?
That's just for your dredging.
Oh, just for your dredging. Okay.
Yeah. Now, you can prospect, they say, but you got to have, like I said, a different permit to move the grass.
You got to have a permit for everything down there. Good God. That's just...
Well, you guys... I don't know if you guys follow my Facebook. I think about a week or 2 weeks ago, in which I said this, and I've been saying this for like 2-3 years, and I this is how I back up Emra. I keep telling everybody out there, you boaters and fishermen and all this, the hunters and stuff, they're going to start coming after you, and they already hit Portland. Now, if you want a kayak or tube down the river, you need a permit. Now, tell me why.
Yeah, why? Why do you need one? If you already have a license on your boat or your kayak or whatever, why do you need a permit then?
Why would you need a license on a kayak? It's a piece of plastic.
I understand, but I know like canoes and crap, they always want you got it. It's like, why? I don't know. It makes no sense. It's
if it does not have a motor on it, you do not need numbers.
You shouldn't.
That is the
no, you shouldn't. And you shouldn't need no permit either.
Right. And but I'm saying that's what they're throwing up now is because if you're going to kayak or inner tube or anything down the river, and you guys could look it up out there, now you got to have a permit, which I find totally ludicrous. You know what? There's a reason why they call it public lands. It doesn't say taxed lands. It says public lands.
Right. And it don't. Yeah.
And you know what's funny is because they're like, oh, these permits help our guys and get out there in the field. And, used to 20, 30 years ago, I didn't see guys out there with AK-40 or not AK-47, M16, M15s, whatever, AR-15s, and then full bullet riot vests and stupid stuff they don't even need. Really, who are you fighting out there?
Bruh.
How many dredgers underwater has got a freaking pistol in their pocket?
Right.
I mean, come.
It's just crazy.
Well, not underwater, but
right.
That's what I'm saying. I carry a gun, but I don't carry a gun for somebody dressed in green. I carry something that's eating me.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean it's a difference. That's for sure.
Yeah, and they made.
We're not a threat in any way.
You remember the old cartoon Yogi Bear?
Yeah.
You remember that was a forest guy, right? That was a forest ranger.
Well, he had Ranger Rick, and then there was Yogi and Boo Boo.
I never seen them strapped like they're going to war.
No, I don't even think Ranger Rick carried a gun.
I never seen talking bears
right.
either.
Never seen talking bears either. Right. Good point, Shad.
How do you know, Shad? Have you ever seen a bear?
I'm just saying. It'd be on YouTube if it did happen.
Yeah, I just saying, you know what? There's just too many things that's changed in the world.
Yeah.
And you know what? I hate to say it like this, but I'm part of that crew. There's hillbillies out there that if you come on their land and you want to try to tell them what to do, yeah, you're liable to get pot shotted at.
Well, yeah.
They're not trying to kill you.
We're not down in the hills neither.
They're not. They're up here in the forest, and these guys make a living off the wood and stuff like that, and this and that. And there is so many rules. You guys would not believe it.
That right there would deter me from ever wanting to go there.
See, I think it would be different if, I lived there.
Yes,
right?
yes.
But being over 2,000 miles away,
right,
Idaho, to want to have a claim and try to mine it with all those rules.
It'd be hard.
Not to mention, like you said, on those rivers, you got a lot of locals that are there.
Yeah.
They're ready from day one.
Oh, yeah, they are.
They're
right.
Yes.
lively.
Yes, guaranteed.
And you know what? I've heard from a couple miners that they, and I'm for Amara, and I love Shannon to death and the whole group that runs that. But there's a couple miners down here that thinks maybe Amara might have messed things up for them this year a little bit, just because they made it more aware of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And you got like I said, I'm not going to mention any names, but the guy that made the video, and used some of Shannon's video to make him look bad. He plays just certain parts of it.
Sure.
But didn't play the rest that makes the sense.
Right.
And that's the kind of dirty pool that I'm finding out that's going on.
That you're dealing with.
Kind of like fake news.
But
yeah.
But you have to make it known of the problems, and that was
you do.
I think. And it's made a lot more people aware. Yes, it might have discouraged people this year or caused more headaches for miners this year, but it was to get the word out that this is what's really happening and these are the challenges and it's spreading. So
well, there's like the guy, I had a guy, his name's Gary, good guy, old military dude, straight up shooter, not, a good guy. I was going to use his dredge permit, and then when we started talking more and more, he started getting worried, because then they started talking about you can't do this and do this. So he gets worried about, since it's in his name, if I do something wrong, he gets a ticket.
Sure.
So everything kind of went south on that. So see, that hurts it. But we were also talking about the 800-foot mark, where Gary actually wanted to dig on his claim. The forestry service guy said, no, you can't, because I know the lady that owns the claim above you, she's going to be digging right there, and that's not 800 feet.
Oh, wow. So you got to worry about where the dredgers are on other claims.
See, yeah, right. And Gary said it straight out. He goes, you know what? They've actually accomplished it. Now they're turning the miners against miners and not the miners against the flow.
Right.
Wow.
Because, and I always think it's like this: first come, first serve. There goes the fishery service right now.
Well, yeah,
I just waved at all of them.
and like we said, though, that's where AMRA, making their showing and stuff, and it's the right thing to do, and that's crazy. We can't have them turning the miners against the miners, and you can't have that because it's not that.
Like I said, like you said, hopefully next year, since the state's going to be in control of it all, that'll change, and not the Forest Service with some of the discrepancies and rules, right?
Now remember, this. I talked to a young lady. Well, I don't know if she was young or not, but she sounded nice. She was polite. She was polite. Really, she was polite to me all the way through. Answered my questions, and didn't get disgruntled because I was a minor. Didn't act snobby, nothing like that. I talked to her, and she said that as of next year, I think she said, as of June 1st, the state takes it over. But as of April 1st, if you still wanted to do the license like they did this year, you still have to go through them, the other guy, and the other guy. Which I think if you're part of the one, if you're going to be one of the 15, you're going to be doing that by April 1st and not wait until the state takes it over.
Yeah, just in case.
Right.
But the thing is, if the state takes it over, is it going to change?
Right.
Is it you're going to have to pump more money into somewhere else and just, okay, it's like the BLM. The BLM will take your money. They don't care. Okay, there's your claim. And then you go to the county and they're like, well, that's already claimed. You can't have it. Well, the BLM's not going to give your money back. I'm sorry to say.
Right.
I mean, you are playing with a double-edged sword that I've never seen before. And I am pretty amazed. And the only thing that's made this trip even better is because of the people that I've met here in town. And like I said, this is a population of 202. It's not that big of a town, folks. I'm telling you. So everybody knows who everybody is.
Sure.
So, but I've met a lot of cool people here, a lot of interesting people. Met one guy. I don't know if you remember the Alaskan Bush people. Remember before they started just doing the family?
Yeah.
He was actually on that show. I talk to him every day sitting up here. He lives here.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, there's really some fantabulous people here, and it's really a cool culture. But I'm telling you, folks, this is backwoods culture right here. These people know everybody. It's a tight knit community. So I mean, that's what makes it really outstanding to be here, and the buildings, and what it is and what it was made on, and there's a lot of stuff around here that has to deal with gold. Big placer deposit hits, old mines. The Dixie area, which anybody can look that up on a computer too. Dixie area was loaded. This is like really freaking gold heaven. But if the rules are just so rough that you cannot do what you need to do to process your gold.
Mm-hmm. See, that's what's crazy. And I feel bad for you guys. It's going to be rough. You know, it's going to be.
Like I said, I thought my 6-inch dredge was going to touch the water this year, and it's not. And you know what? I'm not afraid to tell people this is gold digging, folks. I mean, if you do what I do, this is gold digging. I got $4,000 in a dredge. I got $100 in a wetsuit. I got almost $1,000 in a dive mask. I got $60 in a weight belt. I got so much in my camper, so much in my truck. I got so much in gas that you would not believe. Trust me, folks, I'm digging a hole. But
and it's all just sitting there.
That's gold digging.
Yeah, it's all just sitting there. Can't use it. It's a shame. That's just a shame, is what it is, Scott. But look at the information you're finding out, though. You know.
Oh yeah, like I said, I got information and stuff. You know what's really bad is because I've even looked up to try to find somebody that's got private land with a creek going through it.
Right.
Believe it or not, Gary, which has a phenomenal estate, he does a bed and breakfast and escorts people out, shows them stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his own little thing going on. He's got phenomenal creek going through his whole property.
Right.
And there's tailing piles from the old times.
Okay.
They won't even let him move the tailing piles from his front yard.
Oh, come on, really?
I am serious, and he owns the land.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, he got him moved finally, but he told me, he says, oh, you can't dig those tailing piles because they don't want the mercury to get loose and da-da-da. I'm like, well, what do you think the rain's doing, folks? You know?
Oh, wow.
I just don't understand it because I wanted to go dig some of the old tailing piles.
Well, sure.
Everybody's like, well, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, what's under the tailing piles? That's the stuff they didn't dig.
Man.
Hang on, I got some traveler buys here.
I don't know. I just think it's nuts. I feel for those guys down there, and
well, like I said, it's crazy, and you know what? I'm going to stick it out because Dennis expects me to be here, and he told me not to leave because he wants me to be here. So
right.
I'm going to do it, and then, like I said, my gal, she's going to come up too, and I want her to see this part of the country and see what it's all about. And she's been through the regulations. She could tell me regulations I've never even heard before.
Cool.
She's read them backwards and forwards.
Mm-hmm.
She sent me a PDF file, like I was telling you guys earlier, that she's got everything highlighted. This is what you need to read.
Oh,
and if you read it, you're like, well, how are you going to dig gold?
Well, hey, Swifty, the way I look at it is you being out there like this with time, you're really digging into, what's needed, understanding what all you should prepare for when looking at claims somewhere else like this.
Do your homework.
I mean, it's awesome information you're sharing because it's, with seen through new eyes. Not somebody like Shannon who's done it over and over. So it's really teaching everybody else something.
Believe it or not, even Oregon has changed. And I hate to say it, but Red Hot Chili Peppers said it best: Californication.
Crazy.
And that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
You get these people that want to run for California office, and they suck so bad they don't even make it. So they decide to pick up and move to another state and let's run for office there. And then when they do, they want to bring the same crap that they left to a place that should never have had it in the first place.
That's why I said so many times on my show, do your research.
Yeah.
Check on stuff before you get there. Because if not, you're going to get in the situation to where you travel 1,000 miles or 2,000 miles or 3,000 miles and you get there and you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's bad is because Dennis has got 3 great claims. They're awesome guys. I'm just telling you. I mean, if it's right now, the water is just below my knee, but I could still put a high banker dredge in the middle of that creek and just have fun all day long, but they won't let you do it.
Right.
Yep.
Jeez. Unreal. That's just crazy.
Well, we need to invent like invisible cloaks or something.
Something. I just don't understand.
What's that fuzzy noise? I don't
They just. What?
I thought about doing something, and if I did, I'd probably get in trouble. And I'm not afraid to say it because, anybody that's ever met me and knows me, I figure out ways to get stuff done. I was almost to the point, like I said, I was just about to the point I was going to leave, but I was almost to the point where I was going to go down and set up a high banker, and I was going to work it at night. Because trust me, nobody goes up and down this road at night.
Oh, I bet not. But
8 o'clock 8 o'clock rolls around, the sidewalks roll up, folks.
Sure. But your luck, they'd catch you. Yeah. And then you'd be in trouble. And you don't need that. You're representing Scott, so.
I know it just makes me upset sometimes, folks, because like this year, I've got one video I've already made, and it's a kind of a funny video because I went up to try to show people like the deer and stuff like that I see and and I got busted by horses, and then the video is really funny, but I can't put it on YouTube yet because I don't have internet good enough to upload anything.
Well, Scott, real quick, let's kick it over to Shad. I want to hear these gold prices now, since you're not able to dig none. So let's see what.
Yeah, they're smoking.
Let's see what.
That's why gold prices are up. The Swifty's not able to get any gold right now. So,
damn it.
All right. Well, as we know, gold has just been doing strong lately.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed flat on Friday, but it's still at $1,410.
Wow.
Oh, it went down.
It went down from Friday or Thursday, yeah.
Let's say it was 14.25 the last time I looked at it. I'm like, yeah, baby, go.
14.10. No.
It was 1,447 or somewhere around there.
Wow.
At one point.
That's crazy.
Gosh.
But still doing well. It's staying flat, better than diving down.
Right.
So,
oh, yeah.
Now, silver. That's up 5 more cents at $15.31.
Well, looky there.
It's trying to make a little comeback.
It's working on it.
Platinum's up $20 to $836, which seems to be the norm for platinum lately, right around there. So no big surprise. Palladium's down $15, but holding strong at $1,533. And then rhodium, holy cow!
Oh no,
that's up $130 at $3,280.
That's nuts. That really is.
Insane.
That is nuts, right there.
You know what? You get gold prices hit 3,000.
Oh my
Somebody's
God.
gonna say, I don't give a damn what the government says.
They ain't gonna issue no permits if it hits 3,000. I'm telling you right now.
They're just gonna go out there and dig and say, here's your money for the tickets. Bye.
Yeah, there's no mining allowed. Period. That's what it's gonna be. We want it all. You know. Good God. See, that's crazy. Wow, them prices. I like that.
It'll be interesting to see what continues to happen this next week. So.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Like way back, it's going to ride around that $1,300 mark, $1,350. And Lisa was like really proud. She goes, you know what? You're right. It did ride around there until now. It's going back up to 14.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so glad that gold actually kept that $1,300 level and just kind of, up and down, kind of fluctuated back and forth between it.
Right.
I'm just so glad that they did that.
Well, I mean, I'd like to see it hit like 15 and just mellow out at 15.
Like I said, if it gets up to 50, if it gets up 15, 16, 17, you're going to find out the dredgers are going to start saying, we don't care about the rules. They're just going to go and they'll just pay the fines and the tickets.
Maybe they need to do that anyway.
Protest dredging.
Yeah, just everybody, just hundreds of dredgers, just throw their dredges in and just have at it and say, go ahead. Do what you're going to do.
Yeah, but that would take a unity that.
Oh, it would.
You'd have to. That'd be unfathomable.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? Yeah,
I mean it would, but maybe would take something like that. I just don't know. It's nuts. I mean, I would love to prospect in Idaho, but not with all that regulations and rules and whatnot. It's like, nah.
Well, like I was in Grangeville the other day because of certain circumstances and some dumb idiot locking his keys in the car.
Mm.
Yeah, I had to break out my back window.
Oh, geez, Scott, really?
Anyway, it wasn't the very back window; it was just the side back window. But I had to go to Grangeville to get that replaced, and that was a $300 bill.
Oh,
but while I was up there, the guy was always saying, we always see people on the Salmon River and stuff like that. And I've kind of looked on the Salmon River. Well, come to find out, the Salmon River, the Clearwater, it's the same. They're like, it's protected rivers. It seems like every place that's got the gold is protected.
Right.
It makes you wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? And just like, I can't remember who it was, but they put a map down. Maybe it was Jeff Williams. I think it was one of Jeff Williams' videos. But he put a map down of where all the forests is, and then he put a map down of where the gold is.
Mm-hmm.
Every national forest, BLM, and land is where the gold is.
Sure.
Not anywhere else. It's only where the gold is.
And that makes sense, right? Exactly.
All right.
Yep. That makes perfect sense. I mean,
I'm thinking somebody in government's wanting to be greedy.
Yeah, they don't want us getting it. You know, they want them big businesses to come in and mine it, and
Well, like, you know what? The buzzard used to say it. If it ain't mined or grown, it don't exist, folks. So you better get on the bandwagon.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, dude. It's craziness. That's all I know. I think maybe you should have went to Alaska, Scott.
Oh, sure. I could just drive right up there.
Well, as long as you've been 15 days, you could have just drove on up. And
I paid as high as $3.95 for gas. Could you imagine me hitting the Alaskan border? What that gas is going to cost?
Yeah.
And I got a gas truck. I get 100 miles, a half tank, and it's a 25-gallon tank. So you do the math.
Ew. That sucks.
Yeah. It pulls the trailer really nice, though.
Well, I bet it does. But still, that sucks. That's just, oh my, no way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That
I think
is.
the cheapest gas that I bought was like $2.90.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that was in actually Grangeville the other day.
Jeez.
Other than that, I haven't seen anything below $3 for
Don't
miles.
worry. Every state, I know Ohio, our gas prices are going up 10 cents for increased taxes.
Stupid taxes tomorrow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did I tell you guys about Oregon gas stations?
About Oregon gas stations?
Yeah. You cannot pump your own.
Oh yeah,
gas
you did tell us
anywhere.
that nonsense. Yeah.
Because you'll spill it?
Do what?
Is it because you'll spill it?
No, you got to wait for the attendant. You can't pump it. If the gas station's closed and you're using a credit card, okay, you can do it. Even if you're using a credit card and you pull in there at 12 o'clock in the day, you got to wait for that little guy to come around and go, how much do you want? And then he runs your card for you, gives you back your card, and I'm like, I always get out and just start my car because I got a locked gas cap.
Now, when you say a little guy, is he littler than you or something?
Yeah.
I'm going to beat you up when I find you.
Is it like is it the Wonka brand gas station?
No,
gas station that pop out.
No, I mean, but in Oregon, the places where I was at, the guys are about 65. Just retire. It's a retirement job. But it's not legal during open hours for you to pump your own gas.
But why? Do you know why?
You know what? I have no clue. Maybe too many idiots with cell phones out by their gas pumps. I mean, that would be my first click, but I don't know.
I don't know. It still makes no sense again.
Oh, I've seen guys at truck stops. I'm sitting there pumping gas and like 3 tanks of it. They're sitting there on their cell phones and they got the thing in their hand. I'm like, hey, dude, have you not seen the videos of people actually blowing up because your phone makes a spark? I would appreciate you put your phone down right now.
Jeez. Well, maybe that is why. I just don't know.
They proved that to be a lie on Mythbusters.
Did they? Okay, well, if it was on Mythbusters, then I'm going with them.
Well, you want to do birthdays before we go on break?
Go ahead, Chad. Rock and roll.
All right, well, it's June 30th. We're halfway through the year now, going into July.
Man.
We have Barry Medley, Chris Tenner, Ed Parker, Jerry L. Anderson, Robert Bertout Sr., Smavid Samble. That's got to be a fake name. Otto, American Prospectors tomorrow. Then we have Chris Tidwell, Dave Bignell, Dean Willits, Greg Brown, Jamie Bird, Jeff Gertzberger, Ken Chappie Chapman, Michael Marsh, Renee Carr, and Tom Manser.
Hey, where's Michael Marsh from?
You're gonna make me click on the name. Okay, he's from Fernley, Nevada.
Okay.
You know him, Scott?
No, I thought it was somebody I know, but he's not from Nevada.
Oh, Okay.
But real quick, I will highlight one.
Do it.
I'm going to highlight Stacy Serrato.
Okay.
She works with AMRA.
Oh, that's right.
She's from Coulterville, California, and she is the wife of Jeff from Proline.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But she likes to prospect for gold, belongs to AMRA, and that's how she found her site, through AMRA's Facebook page. She likes to pan and sluice, of course, since dredging out.
It's funny. You know what's really funny? You guys have met Jeff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy, man. He does a lot of equipment, but yeah, he does a lot of stuff for a lot of people. I got to say, you know, I've seen a lot of donations and stuff from him. He's a stand-up guy. I like his stuff.
Oh, well, real quick too, Shad. It's looks like it's Dwight's 18th wedding anniversary today. So happy anniversary, Dwight, and
anniversary. Congrats.
Yeah, and
no doubt.
And also happy birthday to all those people Shad mentioned tonight. Very cool. So Shad, I'm going to take a quick break then, I guess, right?
Copy that.
All right, and we'll be right back, everybody.
Do you like to mine for gold? Enjoy prospecting a nice crack in the bedrock? Enjoy getting outdoors to camp, fish, hunt, and hike on your public lands? You plan your trip, load the gear, grab the dog, put the family in the truck, and drive off to a locked gate. A sign says you cannot enter or access your own public lands. Mining claims and public land owned by we the people are being designated as off limits by our own government every single day. Are you concerned about the direction our government is going? Are you tired of seeing no access, no entry signs on your lands? We are, and we are fighting back. We are AMRA, America Mining Rights Association, the fastest growing small mining advocacy association in America. AMRA is a 501c3 not-for-profit formed by miners, hunters, off-roaders, retired military men, and women to stop the insanity. AMRA was formed to educate, unite, and help the small miners and public land users on their rights given to us by God. Do you want access to great mining claims? For a small tax-deductible donation to their Miners Legal Fund, your family gains access to proven excellent mining claims across America for an entire year. AMRA challenges the USFS, BLM, EPA, and the other agencies intent upon stopping you from enjoying your own lands. You are who pays these people's wages. It is time they listen to us. We need to unite. And that is what AMRA is doing. As you sit here right now, thousands of acres of public lands are being closed, locked, and blocked from use by you. Are you fed up yet? Join us. Get in on this fight and let's restore America to what our families fought and died for. Freedom. Just visit AmericanMiningRights.com. AmericanMiningRights.com. Also, check us out on Facebook at American Mining Rights Association. AmericanMiningRights.com.
In 1858, gold was discovered in the rivers of New Caledonia. This discovery would spark a massive gold rush. Today, the search for gold is much easier, yet still challenging with Dirt Hog Pay Dirt. At Dirt Hog, we pride ourselves on our gold and guaranteed gold amounts. Just visit DirtHogPayDirt.com today and buy yourself a bag of the best pay dirt concentrates on the market. Order with confidence in Canada and North America. DirtHogPayDirt.com, the best gold concentrates on the market, period. Also, be sure to check out our Honest Bonus program.
If you're interested in gold prospecting or treasure hunting as a career, hobby, passion, or just something you're interested in getting into, you have to visit goldprospectorspace.com. At goldprospectorspace.com, you'll find forums, chats, videos, blogs, sections on dry washing, metal detecting, high banking, and so much more. At goldprospectorspace.com. There's a store, classifieds, and at goldprospectorspace.com every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Time, tune in to Prospectors Radio, the talk show for gold prospectors and treasure hunters. GoldProspectorspace.com is a social network with thousands of members, and everything you need is at GoldProspectorspace.com. Sign up today and get connected to others who share your love of gold and gold prospecting. Let the treasure hunt begin at GoldProspectorspace.com. GoldProspectorspace.com.
Welcome to Cooley's Corner. Join Rich Cooley as he talks about equipment, new products, and so much more for all us prospectors and treasure hunters. Here's Rich.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Cooley's Corner. Well, it's that time of year that we all dread because of the insects and ticks and mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about that for Cooley's Corner.
Cool. Need it.
Cases of tick-borne diseases are on the rise in the country, according to the Centers of Disease Control. New diseases continue to emerge since 2004. Scientists have identified 9 new tick and mosquito-borne diseases in the U.S. alone, including Zika virus. That means protecting yourself from bug bites is as important as ever this summer. Wearing effective insect repellent on your exposed skin will be essential. But so it's a bug-proofing your yard and deck, and choosing the best possible clothing for hiking, picnicking, and outdoor other activities. The most important thing is to avoid getting bitten in the first place. Fortunately, there are really simple things you can do to protect yourself and your family. Mosquitoes. According to the CDC, the most important thing you can do to keep the mosquitoes out of your yard is to eliminate their preferred breeding grounds. Keep your gutters clean, your bird baths, old tires, wheelbarrows, swimming pool covers, free or standing water. Clear away the ivy and decaying leaves too. As far as your deck or patio is concerned, some repellent products work much better than others. The 2 tests that they did on the repellents, the citronella candles and the battery-powered diffuser that blows out Genero, showed that they were ineffective at keeping mosquitoes away. An oscillating pedestal fan did much better. When set on high, it cuts mosquitoes standing by 45 to 65% for people sitting close to it. That's pretty different. I've never heard of that.
No, me neither.
Blows them away so they can't land on you.
Well, that makes sense, kind of, don't it?
Well, like in Arizona, though, you got to worry about somebody's pool that's green next door.
Well, yeah.
That's a whole swimming pool.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about too. Mosquito traps that use fans, electric grids, or adhesive pads to capture and kill mosquitoes are also somewhat effective. They often attract mosquitoes and to kill the ones that come in contact with them. But the American Mosquito Control Association says it's unclear whether that translates into a noticeable reduction in the overall mosquito population because new mosquitoes can move in fairly quickly. I got fireworks in the background here, guys. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
You might also try using LED or yellow light bulbs on your porch and around your house. Our safety experts warned against yard foggers or misters that spray insecticides. You might inhale the chemicals, some of which have been linked to serious health problems. Ticks, major thing this year. Ticks are out all around.
You guys, Rich, you guys still got the guys that go around through the town, like through the year with foggers, right? Still? On the back of the trucks?
Not around here,
Dude,
no.
I haven't seen that in forever.
Oh.
You know, they used to.
I know out in Ohio, I think somebody was saying they sprayed the fields out there, so.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Me neither.
All right, back on ticks. They like tall grass and lots of shade, so keep your lawn mowed, remove leaves and other debris, and try to let as much sun into your yard as possible. Consider putting up a fence around your property to keep out your deer and the other large animals that can carry ticks. And don't forget to check your pets for ticks after they have been romping outside. Stinging insects. For the most part, bees and wasps will leave you alone as long as you leave them alone. Nests should be removed only if they are in a high traffic area. If you can, wait until the fall or the winter when the nests are abandoned. If you need to remove them sooner, do it early in spring or early or late in the day when the insects are less active. Insecticide powders or sprays might be necessary, but follow directions and keep pets and children away. Always wear a head-to-toe protective clothing. Never remove the nest if it requires standing on a ladder. Call a professional instead. We're going to talk about
a mosquito professional. They got those.
They must have one.
They do by me. They got one here by me. He's called Mosquito Jim, and he comes and sprays your yard for mosquitoes
I think
and
they
stuff.
were more or less talking about bees because
yeah, maybe bees. If it's a nest, right.
I was going to say a mosquito guy. That would just, I'm in the wrong job, folks.
Right, we have one, Scott, and it's a big business.
You know what? I learned if you got any kind of water, put bleach in it. They're not going to live through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And can you imagine trying not to get bit by a mosquito? That's impossible, I believe.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the clothes.
All right.
For mosquitoes, wear long sleeves, long pants, socks, closed-toe shoes, especially when you're out for longer stretches of time. Avoid your tight clothes, which we like to use our wetsuits, so mosquitoes can bite through them, I said. I don't think they can bite through the wetsuit, but
I wouldn't think.
Are you kidding me? A 7mm? No way.
I wouldn't think, right. I think you're
safe.
safe.
I didn't think so. Of course, it says dark colors and perfume or aftershave. You need to avoid using them. Apply a good repellent to exposed skin and to your clothes, but never under them. For ticks, when walking through wooded or grassy areas in the summer, wear the same clothes that ward off mosquitoes. Light colored clothes are best because they make it easier to spot ticks. Tuck your shirt in your pants and your pants into your socks. Inspect your skin when you go indoors and use tweezers to gently remove any attached ticks. For extra protection, toss your clothes in the clothes dryer on high heat to kill the ticks that might be attached.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Do you guys know how ticks get on you? Have you ever seen the documentary on them little bloodsuckers?
I think I've seen it, but I can't remember.
They actually, this is no joke. And I was like, really? This is no wonder. This is how they get on you. They will actually go out to an end of a leaf, and they will stick up their front two legs and wait for you or an animal to come by to hook onto.
Really?
Yeah. So when you rub leaves, if you're rubbing leaves a lot, you're walking through a dense trail, you're gonna get those ticks.
They're like hitchhikers.
You got it. Exactly. But I'm like Rich. You use those light clothes and tuck your stuff in, because if they can't get in there, they're not going to get on you.
Yeah, I always.
Here's something that they recommend.
Let's hear it.
The CDC also recommends wearing clothes treated with the insecticide permethrin. It's PERMETHRIN. Permethrin.
We'll go with that.
And somebody on the site was actually talking a lot about that before and saying it was a great product.
Yes, I remember that.
It's for treating your clothes, and there's our permethrin spray.
Right.
The scientists have found out that treated clothing, and it actually avoids, the ticks, and it can even kill them, making them less likely to bite you.
Right.
Now, is that body safe though?
I believe, yeah. There's different types of sprays that you can use, yeah.
Right.
The one I looked up was Sawyer Permethrin insecticide repellent. So basically, they put it on their clothes and their skin.
Okay. See, that would work. I always just spray off on my pant legs and down by my shoes.
Well, evidently, this stuff is highly recommended. It works really
That's
good.
the stuff.
There's a market out there for it. There's a lot that has on it. Stinging insects. The bees and wasps are attracted to strong scents. So if you have lots of them in your yard and you're headed to a picnic, avoid perfumes, soaps, shampoos, and deodorants because sweat can anger the bees. Consider washing up before heading out.
Okay.
Now, you want to know something funny about Arizona? Because if you got sweat and a bee lands on you, don't worry about it. He's just trying to get a drink.
Right. But that's pretty much my segment for tonight on Cooley's Corner. Somebody told me before they wanted to hear about that, so that was on my list.
Yeah, well, it's, like you said, it's interesting. What's the name of that stuff again? Permethrin?
Permethrin.
Permethrin we're going to go with. All right.
Yeah, permethrin.
Somebody, Keith put a link up in the chat room for something.
I'll tell you guys another little secret, because I'm out in the desert and everything. If you guys are out there and you're allergic to bees, please be smart and don't open an energy drink.
No, that's like candy.
Oh, my God. You wouldn't believe it in the desert. You open one of them up, you got 15 around you just sniffing around.
No, I could imagine. Maybe open one up and throw it about 20 yards away from you. Keep them all over that way.
Yeah, that'd be about the smartest thing you could do. But...
Yeah, I don't know what it is with these ticks this year. They're just bad.
You guys been having them bad for like the last 3 years.
I think it's all this rain, though. We get all this.
They're really bad.
Yeah, and then all this rain doesn't help.
I mean, Rich, you do a lot of deer hunting and stuff, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like I said, you're like me. You're out in the woods all the time. You should know that these things they're nasty.
Bad. They are. They're nasty this year.
Buggers.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I can't stand them things. They should just spray for them, wipe them out completely.
You know what's really bad is because the dogs are really...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you let your dogs run wild and run them through the woods and stuff like that. If you ain't checking them every time you come back out of the woods, you're just, you know what? You're defeating the purpose of having a dog.
Yeah, this is true, without a doubt. You got to watch. Because...
I posted a link in there about that.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool, Rich. Thank you.
It's stuff for on your clothing. It's
awesome.
A soy product.
Yeah, I'm sure you can probably get it on Amazon or any
of
those
places.
places.
You can get all different kinds of it. Yeah. As long as it has that permethrin in, and you're all right.
That's the key. It's the permethrin. I need to get some of that. I should pick up a can of it.
And they said, I think it's like 40% DEET or something like that. It has a lot of stuff.
It has a lot of that.
DEET. Yeah, it's DEET.
DEET. Yeah. DEET.
Yep. DEET.
Yeah, I don't know what that stuff kind of does, but I know it's in a lot of stuff. It's even in off.
Yeah, DEET is in off and repel and all those things. Yeah, the DEET.
Yeah, Steve Worth's got a good idea too. Lint remover. Lint remover works. Removing ticks from the clothing.
Oh, yeah, that's a real good idea. I never thought of that.
Well, I can tell you what, they can live through the winter.
Right. Yes, they can.
I basically had hunting clothes that I bag up every year, and I put paper towels in the bottom of the tub. And I do that for a reason, because after the season's over and they go off of my clothes, they go into paper towels.
Oh,
and
really?
Season when I come in to open the container up, most of the time those ticks are in them paper towels.
I'll be darned. That's a good idea, Rich.
They ticks on me, they go in them paper towels.
Oh man, that's smart thinking.
And you can see them because
Well, yeah, they're on that white paper towel.
Towel's white and.
Yep, that makes sense to me. Interesting. I did not know this. Things we learn, that's for sure. Learned a lot tonight. Learned a lot about Idaho tonight. Rich, are you planning on going back to Idaho soon, Rich?
No.
No? I didn't know if you was going again this year or not.
No, I'm not going out this year. I don't have any real big plans or anything for this year.
Okay. No.
You should come to Idaho to hunt.
Actually, I'm going to Colorado next year.
See.
Yeah, that's not bad.
For elk and mule deer.
Oh, okay, on a hunting trip. See, that'd be fun.
I'll tell you what. Since I've been here in Idaho, if I was ever to go hunting, I'd figure out a way to find me a spot up in here because, like I said, it's just I've seen turkey, I've seen muleys, I've seen whitetails, I've seen elk. Like there was one morning I woke up at 5:30 and looked out in the horse field, and there's only 4 horses out there, and I was counting 30 of them.
Wow.
And I figured out they weren't horses. And I was like, oh, it's too early for me to get up and start taking pictures. You know what? An hour later, they were actually elk just laying in the grass, just like, that's nothing.
Oh, sure.
An hour later, I didn't see a one.
Wow. They skinned out, didn't they? They got the heck out
of
there.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, see?
They get that early morning sun, and they kind of bail, and they get back up in the trees like, I don't think I want to be seen out here.
Right. Interesting.
But you know what's really funny about here is because none of the deer and everything, like in Kentucky, if you stop a truck, those deer are gone.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they're used
like,
to
no,
people shooting at them.
Yeah, you stop a truck here, and they look at you like, "Are you gonna move out of my way?" It's really funny.
See,
well, because it's posted ground, they don't get hunted.
Well, there's a lot of them, and I'll tell you, if there's a person that comes up here and starves, well, they deserved it because you're an idiot.
Because there's plenty of game up there.
You could say that. Like I said, they got I think it's. I heard last week there's a $700 bounty on wolves.
Wow.
So obviously they don't like the wolves around here, and they're pretty thick.
Wow.
So it's kind of. Hang on, I got a truck going by. There we go. Anyway, yeah, it's crazy. But like I said, I've seen more wildlife in this city than probably what I've seen in the last 7 months of being anywhere else.
That's cool.
And I only been here 2 weeks.
Yeah, it seems like you've been there longer for some reason. I don't know why. It's just maybe because you've been gone for so long. Between there and Oregon and...
Trust me, I've been away from my girlfriend for quite some time, too. It seems like a long time.
Well, of course it does. Yeah. And like I said, I figured you get up there, you'd be able to do some panning and some sluicing. I figured you'd already have you a vial of gold by now. But...
Well, like I said, there's some stuff that, like, there's a couple places I can go down on Dennis's claim, and I think I can maybe sluice box and get away with
you
it.
should just do it, bro. Or you got to have a permit.
Well, he's on forestry land. He's not on BLM land. He's on forestry land.
So do you got to have a permit then to do that?
No.
So do it, man. You should be down there sluicing and getting some of that gold. It's got 1,400 ounces.
Well, like I said, the forestry guy said as long as you're using hand tools, no problem. BLM guy said, nope, you need some kind of permit to move the gravels or something like that. I'm like, come on, guys, this is just getting ridiculous. But I'm going to, like I said, I was with the head of all the organizations doing the inspections, where they told me
we need to get that guy on the show, and pick his brain a little bit. It's like, explain this stuff to us. Why is it such nonsense?
Yeah, they won't get on the show, bud. Oh. They won't even let you videotape them. They're after Amber come through. That's not going to happen.
I would love to have them on.
They're not going to do that.
Yeah, I would love to have them on. Wouldn't you guys?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be...
Yeah, I'd like to hear their...
I would, too. I would really like to hear the logic and the thinking that goes into all these rules that they have.
You guys gotta understand, these guys are not the ones that make the rules.
Well, I know that.
They have to enforce what they're doing.
I understand that. But... they know things.
That's what puts them in a bind, and they're like, they're like I said, most of them, from what I've met, are pretty good guys, but they have to stick by. It's like telling a cop if you got pulled over for a DUI, oh come on, you could do it just once. They're not going to do it.
Right.
They can't.
Well, right, but this ain't a DUI. You're digging in a creek, for God's sakes, or you're moving some gravels.
I know.
You're moving some gravels. Same thing the high water does and floods do. You're moving some gravels. You're digging some dirt. And what are you hurting?
Well, that's like me. I told the fisheries guy, I said, what's really funny is because when I worked fishery, we actually took the fry out with a dredge. Mm-hmm. And when you get a government grant to take lead and mercury out, that's what I told him. I had a lead and mercury extraction unit. He's like, ha, ha, ha. But I'm like, you know what? They use a 6-inch dredge. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't see what the difference is between we're looking for gold, but we keep everything. I mean, all the lead, all the mercury, we don't throw it back in the water.
Oh, no, right. Heck
so
no. We keep it all.
Truck pulling up.
We even keep the crap that ain't no good half the time. So.
And they're keeping the gold they find too.
Oh, you guarantee that. That's why they don't want us on that in them areas. That's their areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You think you'd want that? You think you'd want that out of the water? I mean, that's what we do. I mean, you've seen the videos of guys that's got 7 buckets of lead.
Yeah.
Out of one dredging seat.
Oh,
I mean,
God,
really,
yeah.
7
buckets?
Right?
That's a lot of
lead. And like I've always said, you guys, you fishermen out there, you better be listening because if they're getting ornery at us, stirring up the dirt, they're going to come after you for putting lead.
You're not going to be able to cast a lead weight out into the water. Yeah, you're going to have to use a piece of gravel. What you're going to have to use.
But you know what? I am glad for one thing. You know what? I got to go to Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
I actually made the trip. Oh my God, I still wanted to go to Cape Disappointment, and that was my next stop before I come this way. But I kind of via'd Omaha to come back over here to Idaho.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna do testing for Dennis and stuff like that. Oh, I've tested his claim and stuff like that. There's a little gold up high.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna have to dig.
All right. Yeah, you guys got
it's
some
gonna
work.
it's gonna be deeper.
Okay. Well, it's good to know. You're finding out stuff. That's the key. And this is things we need to know. Everybody.
Yeah, like I
needs to
said,
know.
next year I'm looking for. I'm always looking for a summer home. And you guys know this. Arizona gets too hot. I need someplace to go.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Idaho was going to be the place.
Yeah.
Maybe as of next year, it might be the place.
Maybe.
But this year with the rules, they're really. It's not that easy.
It's crazy.
It's not that easy, guys.
No, it's just craziness.
So where are you planning on going after this? After Idaho?
Home, baby. I'm going home.
Well, wait a minute. I thought you were going up to Alaska. I thought this whole journey was to get you up to Alaska. What happened? Remember?
My journey was supposed to start out. Okay, this is how I had it figured. But there's certain stipulations, again, that if you don't know, that comes into play.
Right.
I actually wanted to go see Ray.
Yes.
In Juneau.
Mm-hmm.
That's my big accomplishment. If I go up to see Ray, but even before Dennis Dayton, 2 years before that, I was telling Ray, man, I wanted to come up there. And he's like, come up. I can't drive there. I can't pull my camper. I can't do this. You got to take ferries across. That stuff costs a lot of money.
Right. You're better off getting a plane ticket. Sure.
Yeah, there's nothing in Alaska cheap, folks.
Right.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't want to show up. I don't want to show up to Ray's and go, hey, you got equipment I can use? I mean, that's not me.
Right.
I want to burn my own gas. I want to use my own equipment. I want to dig my own gold.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to depend on somebody else to say, here, you can use this, and then because that's what he does. He digs gold as well as I do.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So to go up there and say that, and I just man, I'd love to get up there to Juneau. Nome is, what? I think Nome is going to be like a South Dakota bike rally. It's going to be overrated. I don't think it's all that in a bag of chips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's probably gold you can find on the beach, but it ain't going to be like Ray does. Where Ray's at, there's not a lot of pressure. There's not a lot of people beating him up. There's some people on the beach, but you're not seeing 60 guys down the whole beach running beach boxes.
Right.
So that's the type of place I want to be. I don't want to be in a commercialized place. I want to be in a place where somebody says, "Hey, man, it's never been dug, and let's go out. We can get almost an ounce if you work long enough." But you got to work between the tides.
Right.
See, my plan was I got a 6-inch floating dredge. Well, if the tide goes in, I keep working until it gets where I can't see it.
Right.
If I can't see the bottom anymore, well, okay, we're done.
I got you. Well, I know.
I want to work. Like I said, I want to do 8-9 hours a day and then clean up. I don't want to do 4 hours a day and then I got to clean up now because the tide come back in.
Right. Well, I know, but sometimes it's like, it's just the way it goes in certain areas, like where you're at now, with certain ways, and it's like, but as long as you're getting some gold, sometimes it's cool. It's like, hey, nothing wrong with it.
I don't want to be a place where you can, you get what you got.
Maybe
I don't
try.
want to hear that.
What about Colorado, Scott? You ever thought of that?
Yeah, you know what? I've been to Colorado a couple times, and it's kind of different in Colorado too.
Oh, okay.
Not really. I mean, there's rules you got to follow, but the people are kind of not in the same wavelength as us. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I think I get you.
Well, I take it like this. When they legalize marijuana in Colorado, they're the first guys to do it.
Uh-huh.
So where do you think all the potheads went? You know what I'm saying? I hate to put it like that, but just where do you think all they go, oh, I could just go up there and live off doing this, and they didn't even think about it. They moved up there and now they're not doing anything. So it's and then you got people that get into office and they come from somewhere else and they screw it up too. I'm not saying Colorado's bad.
No.
But you got to, well, Rich, you're right. You got to do your research. You better know what you're getting into.
So where's another place you would like to go then that like might not be too far from Idaho that's got good gold and
You know what? Frankly, Tim, this is what I'm thinking. I really like this little town. I'm going to try to find something to do here.
Uh-huh.
If I can, I will make a summer home here. But if I can't find anything worth my while or taking right now because the gold prices are high, I think I'd rather stay between Arizona and Nevada because Nevada's pretty, you're out there digging in sand.
Right.
And Arizona, you're same place. They don't. I've never had anybody, try to crank my yank in Arizona.
Gotcha.
At all.
Right. And that's what's cool.
Yeah.
They leave you alone.
Well, you got to claim you're not moving 5 yards a day. We don't care.
Right. But that's what I mean. They're not bothering you. They're not showing up taking pictures of you and crap like that,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't want to get my picture taken and then somebody twists what the picture they took and then saying I was doing something bad. Because to me, that's number one going to rook me and I'm going to be upset as all get out.
Uh-huh.
But number two, the guy that does that, I'm going to personally come after them. I mean, and I could do that. I do a lot of videos. I could personally come after somebody. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to go down that road. I don't want to be that guy.
Right.
But I don't want to be messed with my job, my livelihood of digging gold just because you don't want to see the water muddy in the creek.
Right. And that's what could
disturbing.
Happen, right? I mean, it could still happen to you while you're down there. Right?
I know. But that's part of California. That's why they blocked it off. You got these rich people that's got the houses in the hill and like, oh my God, now the water looks muddy behind my house. I'm like, well, get over it. So does it. It does that in a flood. Get over it.
It does it in a good heavy rain, right?
Yeah.
So I mean that's where I'm going with that. I don't want to elaborate because like I said, I want to say a lot, but I know I can't.
I know. Trust me, I know. But it's just craziness, when you think about it. It's just nuts. I thought you guys would get down there, everything would be cool. You'd get your permits. You'd be able to dredge in the high bank and this and that. And it's turning into a cluster, seems like. And it's like, geez.
And you want to know,
right, Rich?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
You want to know the really funny part is because when I went to Grangeville, just to give you a part of where I'm at and the people that, I deal with and meet every day, I went to Grangeville. There's a gas station that had 40 hats. It was all Trump.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that fixed my window was a guy that was talking about guns. The guy that I went and rented a motel was talking about, Trump's doing good. The people here is about, they don't say much about the trip, but they're like, we don't want that crap government up in here. We don't need it.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I'm in the right part of the land, I'm guessing, because it's working out pretty good.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, the people here are totally freaking cool. I mean, they are. It's like I told my old lady, it's like Black Canyon City where I'm at every year, but 60 years ago. This is back when men were men. They cut wood. They go out and hunt, and women do the same thing.
Sure.
This is the place. This, like I said, this is a pretty cool spot to be.
Yeah.
If the rules get any easier,
yeah.
If they lighten
up a little bit,
yeah.
That's what they need to do.
For sure.
They need to lighten up. I mean, they all need to lighten up, in my opinion.
But like I said, it's not the people.
No, it's not the people.
There's certain affiliations through the government that you don't want to see.
Right. It's all that nonsense. It's like, okay, whatever. Find something else for them to do. I don't know.
But I'll tell you what, maybe next Wednesday things will change, which I doubt it. But maybe I'll find something to do. Like I said, I went down on Dennis's claims a couple times, snuck in there and kind of panned where probably they said I couldn't be panned, but nobody's going to see me.
Right.
So, I checked it out. There is some gold here, but it's not like it ain't like if you hit an Arizona wash and you got like 65, 95 colors in your pan.
Right.
The things here, it's in the river, it digs deep right to bedrock.
Oh, right. You got to get down to that bedrock. That's the thing.
If you're not digging on bedrock, you're kind of just.
Mm-hmm. Man, that just sucks, though. But you guys can't dredge, like you said. You can't run your 6-inch and get down to that bedrock. That's what's ridiculous.
That's it.
You know?
That's it. But like I said, maybe next year, guys.
Well,
keep up on the rules.
Well, yeah. Like I said, at least you got boots to the ground now out there. You're finding out a lot of information that's been very helpful. So, you know.
But I'll tell anybody, if you guys want this is funny because I'm going to say this, but if you wanted to go panning, you probably could pan and get away with it. But if you want to go to a place that's in the middle of nowhere and get away from everything, this is your spot.
That's the place.
I have never found a better off the grid spot. You would not believe it. Man, I wish I could show you a video right now. You'd freak.
Off the grid. It's kind of sucks though. You know, at the same time. Being off the grid's cool in a way, but in a way it's not. It's like, you know.
If I'm getting gold, I don't care to be off the grid.
Yeah, right. But still, I like to be able to communicate with people. You know?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
you got it.
You pretty much can't unless you drive up to town, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much the way it is. I mean, I got internet. Like I said, I'm staying at the Sleepy Hollow campground. I've got internet. And you can watch YouTube videos, and you got to pause it, let it buffer a little bit, and then you could watch them all the way through. But to actually have we're doing right now on Skype,
right?
It would go out. I would probably lost you 3 times and wouldn't even have been on the show tonight.
No,
so there's 2 places. Like I said, I've already set up when I first come here. Can I do this? Can I do that? And they said yes, you can. And I told them, I said I'd mention them, which is great because these are the places that are nice enough to let me do my things.
We don't mind that. You know that. Well, hey, have you done any fishing while you was down there?
Are you crazy? Do you want me to go fishing after the mining laws?
I can only imagine what the fishing laws are like.
What's really funny is because I've stared into the creek 1,000 times. I have not seen a fish yet.
Really?
and people's laugh because Gary, the guy I was telling you about earlier. He actually was fishing the day that we were having the inspections. And he said, "Oh, I caught a couple." I'm like, I'd like to see a fish." He goes, "Well, they were trout." I'm like, "Well, no wonder I didn't see them. They're probably 3 inches big, maybe 4." I'm like, "No, I was talking about the big fish that everybody's talking about. That make the salmon run or the." Whatever up the I haven't seen that yet. I have not seen a fish yet. To look down in water and go, man, that's a good fish. Nope,
not yet.
Not seen it. Not yet.
Jeez. I think I'd get a fishing license and do some fishing or something while I was there. Why not? Then you could say you fished in Idaho. Well,
what's really great is because I've had 2 to 3 people this week just offer me a job for a little bit. I'm like, I think I might take that.
What kind of jobs?
Just one guy, needs some drywall hung. The other, the other person just needs some secondary stuff. I'm like,
give you something to do. Yeah, give you something to do to kill some time. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, I sure ain't paying in gold.
Right, exactly. Hey, take what you can get, right? And it'll help pay for this adventure.
Exactly.
Well, you got another 2 weeks to wait for Dennis to get there. So.
Well, you guys got to. This year is, I'm already taking a loss. Arizona, I took a little loss, and I'm going to say I was about 1.5 ounces behind, maybe 2 ounces. Right now, since I can't do high banking anything, and I've been here to Idaho, I've probably within the 2 weeks, if I could have dug, that could have been 1 ounce. In Portland, I was down on the beach. Now, don't get me wrong, because I've got gold from the beach. Mm-hmm. I haven't cleaned it all out. It's really, really fine.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking 6-7 grams possibly.
Right.
So that's not ounces.
No, right. Maybe you should have just went to Indiana or something. Yeah.
You know what? That's why I already told a couple people. I told Lisa that too. I said, you know what? I should have just went back to the freaking East Coast.
Yeah.
Back to Indiana, Grandma's Creek, Sugar Creek,
yeah.
Crawfordsville. And you know what? I should have just spent 3 months back there.
Yeah.
But then I would have never known.
This is true. You wouldn't know.
And I would have never met the people that I've met so far. Even Portland here, everywhere. That's the biggest thing, to know people.
Yeah. Well, that's right.
The biggest thing to me.
That's what
because
it's about.
these guys could come across Tim at any time and just call me in the middle of the year and go, "You're not going to believe it. This thing's opened up. I own it, and I need you to dig it."
Yep.
So it would be phenomenal.
Yes.
You just don't know. You just don't know.
You don't, unless you get out there. And that's why it's good that you went. Well, great, Scott. I'm glad you're there, brother. I just wish you were running that dredge, that's all. You know, but all good.
I know.
All good. Well, anyhow, wanted to do our second and our last patron giveaway tonight and get that done. And then I pick up the new Crony Club hats tomorrow. If anybody's interested in one of those, just send me a message and let me know. And, hell yeah, woohoo, they're sweet. I like them. I do. I like the black on black. I think it looks sharp for some reason. Or dressy looking. I don't know. It's just me, maybe. But if anybody's interested in one, send me a message, let me know. And we're giving one away on our Crony Club, drawing this month. So, anyhow, the winner of our last patron giveaway for a bag of, I think it's a gemstone bag, and it was donated by Patrick O'Masters. And that lucky patron is none other than Matt Hayes. So congratulations, Matt. If you're listening
Matt
tonight,
Hayes.
Send me your mailing address.
Hey, where's Patrick from?
Here in Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, but since I've been gone for a week and stuff, I haven't had a chance to get a message to John Shaw to let him know to send me his address because he won the last one, and everything's just been a mess for me. I got to get back on track now that all that stuff's behind me.
Like we said, Tim, you've had an excuse. There's no worries.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I do. And so we'll get things back on track around here. And I'll get this stuff mailed out. So, Matt, if you're listening, send me your address. And, okay, Dwight, cool, brother. Dwight, send me your email again just in case I don't have it. Just go ahead and send me one. And, wait a minute. Okay. Will do, Darth. I thought I took them down here. I did take them down here on GPS, didn't I? But you say there's some on Prospect Radio. I'll get them down. But trying to think, Rich, is there anything else I'm forgetting? Thought Dennis was going to join us tonight, but he must not have got out of work in time. So
no, he's been really busy.
Yeah, he's getting in all that extra work because he'll be off. Ray, it was sure good to be back, brother. I missed all you guys, all the members and all the listeners. Missed all you guys. And definitely good to be back broadcasting tonight and hanging out with y'all. So, it just feels good to be back. And we'll be back Wednesday as well for our usual West Coast Wednesday show at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And, well, that'll be... What's that pre-4th of July show? Ooh, man.
Is it? Oh, it is a pre-4th of July show.
Yeah, that's like what? Wednesday's the 3rd, so woohoo.
Yeah, you know what's really funny up here in Elk City? They have jars around like in all the businesses and stuff for the big 4th of July show, and I heard that there's a gentleman that really likes fireworks a lot, and he kind of runs that. So I think maybe in Elk City it could be a good time.
You might be in for a heck of a show then, Scott. That would be cool.
Being from Arizona, when's the last time I've seen fireworks?
Yeah,
right?
exactly, right.
You can't light them. You can't light them because you're putting somebody's house on
fire. So you'll get to see some fireworks. That's a
for the
bonus.
first time in 4 years.
Yeah, there's a win-win. So that's cool. So trying to think what else. I hope I ain't forgetting anything, guys. And like I said, I just want to thank everybody for all the, the well wishes and the condolences and stuff. I really appreciated it. It helped get me through this without a doubt, so,
You deserve it. You're the man.
And I really appreciated it, really a lot. So I guess on that note, we'll go ahead and we'll just call it a night. We'll wrap it up. And like I said, thanks again, everybody, really.
Hey, you know what's cool, Tim?
What's that, brother?
I have no competition. Good night, gold diggers.
There you go. Good night, everybody. We're out of here. Have a great week. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.